I'm Cleo, and we're at the Cochrane Ecological Institute. It's a registered charity and it's devoted to rescuing, rehabilitating and releasing injured and orphaned wild animals and for public education. Well, at the moment we're in owl aviary. There's two birds in here. One of them is an old bird that we did spend a fortune on trying to get the wing perfect, but it isn't good enough for hunting, so we kept her as an educational bird. Because she's a resident bird, we can put baby owls in with her. The little baby is called Mulligan, and he came from a golf course. He was just walking across it, and a couple of people found him and brought him out to us. It was an orphan. What we have to do is to make certain that he can hunt and kill for himself. That's the most important thing, and this is big enough for him to learn to fly in. I think every time the adult has to be a foster parent, it is an affront, and it doesn't like it. But the little birds, the owlets, recognize it as another owl. Otherwise, if we raise them, particularly single birds, on their own, they begin to think they're people. But this one certainly doesn't believe it's a person. This one's well aware it's an owl, and a pretty grumpy owl too, because the other one's grumpy every time it sees us. Well, we called him Jim Burns because Jim Burns brought him, and he found him beside his barn, and he's broken his wrist, and so there's no way that we can reset it. There's nothing he can do. And so he will be an educational bird. But when he came in, so funny. He came in and he was so weak. He couldn't stand up, he couldn't do anything. I had to roll towels and prop him on his belly and then put another towel under his chin to keep his head upright. And then I had to hand feed him. I said, you know, he'll never forgive me. When I move him, he'll never forgive me. And he hasn't. I had to go in and pick him up. And from that day on, he's treated me as I was an assassin. And he's convinced, even though I'm the only person who feeds him, that I am going to come in, catch him again, roll him in a blanket, and take him somewhere else. Funding wildlife rehabilitation is very hard. So we are unique. We run a dog and cat boarding kennel, and so everyone who brings their dog or their cat to us to board will know that their boarding fees go towards supporting wildlife like the little owl and Jim Burns.